Good morning. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Ben. Ben, are you kind of running the meeting?
I am absolutely not running the meeting.
Okay.
That would be a quick audible if I was.
Are we good on recording? All right, recording.
Okay, good morning. We're going to call the Governance Committee meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to accept the July 20th, 22 Governance Committee meeting transcript. That was forwarded to all members. They had an opportunity to review it. And if there were any modifications, they were sent back to Carrie. So we will accept the transcript for the record. The next item on the agenda is public comment. We will open the meeting up to public comment. Anyone wishing to address us, we just ask you to state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to make your comments to the committee. So at this time, is there anyone who would like to address the Governance Committee? Yes.
Hey, everybody, this is your proof of life. I'm back. I get hate mail all the time. I woke up this morning, I wish you'd die in your sleep. Now, a lot of people would be bummed out about that. This guy's a socialist, it's vicious. And I said, well, it's one less turkey club at my celebration of life. So here we are. Concerned about what I believe is a lack of a uniform collection and credit policy. Every institution has this, banks, department stores, 30, 60, 90. I see some stuff in litigation that's listed that is not in litigation to what I can find. I can't find any public record of any litigation being launched. So I think that if you don't have a firm policy on this, and you let people slide, even if you ultimately intend to protect your rights, I don't think that's correct. I think that part of governance is also making people comply with past promises and paying not only attention to the application that you have on file, but what's said here at these meetings. For example, the Oakdale Commons project. We got an employer. We got to rush this right away. We got 1,100 jobs. Your vote today. We got to do it today. Is anybody curious about what happened there? You have Matthews insisting that he needed a decision that day. 1,100 jobs were on the line, but he couldn't talk about it because I have an idea what it was, but that kind of stuff is really distressing to me. Further distressing to me is that Newman comes into the Matthews project, not this Newman here, not the Seinfeld Newman, the big Newman. Anyway, he hooks up with Matthews after the applications are approved here. And the reason that I believe he was in it from all along, he couldn't answer your forms without embarrassing himself, because he had certain litigation that your 5-year window would have surfaced. So I think it's far-fetched that he just decided to join the project, when he did, and wasn't part of it all along. I think that's going to be it. That's enough to chew on for a while, isn't it?
Yes. Can you state your name for the record?
Oh, yeah, sure. See, this guy keeps track. John Solak, Binghamton, New York.
Thank you.
Broome County.
John. Is there anyone else at this time who'd like to address the committee? Seeing none, I will close that portion of our meeting. The first item on the agenda is a review, discussion, recommendation to accept an application from BMP Properties LLC and authorizing the sales and use tax exemption in the amount not to exceed $53,040, consistent with the policies of the agency in connection with new construction of a steel garage and attached office building to be located at 618 New York State Route 7 in the town of Conklin.
Yes, so this is the first of two applications for our small business incentive program, which has proved to be a nice program to assist some of our smaller projects here in the community. BMP Properties is the contact and owner is Brett Pritchard, whom we've worked with on the South Washington Street projects. Basically, the general description is a new construction of steel garage and attached office building for his headquarters and offices in the town of Conklin. The total project cost on this is $1.25 million. It lends itself to a small business incentive or sales tax exemption of $53,040.
Any questions, Stacy? Is there a motion?
Jim.
Second? For a
Peter.
second? Second, Peter, all in favor? Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is a review, discussion, recommendation to accept an application from 109 Oak Street, LB4 Properties LLC, and authorizing the sales and use tax exemption in an amount not to exceed $99,817.71, consistent with the policies of the agency in connection with the restoration and renovation of 109 Oak Street in the city of Bennington.
Yes, so our second small business incentive program application, Ben Locke, he is here on the call with us. Ben is based in New Jersey, but he owns a few other properties in the city of Binghamton and is looking to do similar renovations as he's done. What is nice about this property, which it didn't connect until recently, 109 Oak Street is across the street from Binghamton High School. And in many conversations with the school district, this property has been a source of challenge and issues for them. So it is nice to see the property in Ben's hands. 109 Oak Street, again, across from Binghamton High School, was once a gorgeous building and it was built over 100 years ago. Generally vacant for almost a decade now, needs a significant amount of repair. Ben's company has engaged Preservation Studios based in Buffalo, New York, to help restore the building back to its original charm. The project includes restoring all of the original windows, wood floors, doors, even leaving all of the original wood beams and modernizing it at the same time to meet all of city and state codes. A structural engineer has certified that the building is safe. Once complete, the building will be one of the premier market rate apartment buildings. And I want to note, these are not by the bed apartments. They are by the unit apartment buildings geared towards professionals and others that might be looking to move downtown, near downtown. And there will be a total of 16 units once complete. Total project cost is roughly $2.4 million as outlined in your application. The estimated value of the New York State sales tax exemption is $99,817. Any questions for myself or Ben?
No, if that's for market rate housing, that'll be a great location for it. I don't doubt that would fill up right away. It is a great location, close to downtown. It's a fairly nice neighborhood. So I think that would be a great project. Any questions for Stacy? Is there a motion?
I'll move it. I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is review, discussion, recommendation to authorize the agency to grant an amendment to the lease agreement by and between the agency, Boscov's Department Store LLC, and the Binghamton Local Development Corporation and the City of Binghamton, dated May 1st, 2013, for a modified term terminating April 30th, 2023, to include major replacements as set forth in the exhibit.
Yes. So, this project, as you know, has many moving parts to it. A few months back, we did secure a 2-year option with Boscov's to potentially purchase the store, as they do their due diligence on a significant amount of repairs that are required to keep the store in business and in location here in Binghamton. Part of this we have done for a number of years is an annual lease agreement with Boscov's, and also sets the terms with the city of Binghamton on lease payments and any improvements as the Binghamton BLDC serves as the lead of the landlord repairs and things. So what was provided to you was the lease agreement that is for consideration to extend for a period of 1 year. I do want to note, let Cheryl get settled, that both Mayor Cram and Jacob Stein will be at the full board meeting at noon to answer any additional questions. But I do want to note the term is for 1 additional year unless Boscov's in its sole discretion gives at least 90 days prior written notice to the parties electing not to extend the term of the lease. As I mentioned, there are several meetings going on with the city, with the state, and other stakeholders on how to secure about roughly $15 million in necessary repairs for the long-term viability of the store. I do want to point out that Boscov's has committed to making a number of significant replacements at the retail operation, the freight elevator, as well as the boiler system. Both of these are considered imminent repairs that need to happen to make the store able to remain open through the fall and winter months. The understanding we confirmed with the mayor and council at the city is that Boscov's will make those repairs, and the city through the LDC will ultimately reimburse as part of the agreement for necessary maintenance. So any questions? And then also, I know you may have noticed the entrance on Water Street. My understanding is those repairs are scheduled to start October 6th. So if there's any specific questions on that.
I guess,
So I just want to make sure I understand. We've got a 1-year lease, which isn't really a year now, it's 6-7 months. And we've already committed to, or the city's already committed to the Water Street project, right? The new
Which
ramp.
is, yeah,
Right.
separate and distinct.
I know it's
yeah.
separate and distinct, but it's certainly to support this.
Sure.
It just doesn't seem like Boscov's has any skin in the game at all. But they've got a 1-year lease, the major repairs aren't at any cost to them. And we got a 6, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of money going into this with not a whole lot coming back.
Oh, Jacob is on now. And so Jacob, would you like to address it?
Can I address that, please? Hi, this is Jim Boscov, and I can understand that concern. This is really just a matter of timing. This is the beginning of a major project that includes a $5 million contribution on our part, but it's a $15 million project altogether with a long-term commitment in order to stay in Binghamton. It's very important to us to do that. We hope that it's important to you too. I'm very grateful for your willingness to help us get over this hump, because we couldn't stay open this winter, but it's going to take us some time to get the bigger project started. We've got a commitment now of $13.5 million. We're going to go forward, but we need to get through the winter. In order to get through the winter, we needed a boiler, which had been locked out, and a freight elevator, which couldn't be used at any point. So I'm just asking your help in getting over the hump, but it is part of a bigger project, including a major investment on our part and a long-term commitment on our part.
That's super helpful. Thank you.
I guess the only question I had, I guess, is the boiler and the elevator, that work's gonna be done immediately. But the city is gonna end up paying for it? Is that how I understand it?
The answer is,
If
Sorry, was
I
that
could
correct?
just interject for a moment, the amendment provides that the other parties are gonna pay for this. The other parties would include us. I brought this to the attention of the corporation council, and I got an email back from Brian Seacrest indicating that they're gonna change that so that the other parties are the city and the BLDC.
Like we were in originally.
Well, it says the other
Other
parties.
parties.
So the top of it-
We clarified the other.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Bascoff was aware of the arrangement between the three of us.
Right.
Right. So, well, I mean, if you negotiate with the city, I'm not here to second guess that, but the bottom line, it sounds like the BLDC is going to cover the cost of the elevator and the boiler.
Our role is to entertain the extension of the lease agreement as Jacob noted, sort of the sources of funding are being outlined for the larger project. The issue at hand is that these repairs are necessary to keep them, essentially, we're entering the cooler months. These repairs are imminent and need to be done as soon as possible. The elevator and the boilers.
And I would also just add that, per the agreement we've had in place for a long time, any repair over $10,000, we were technically supposed to be asking for reimbursement, and we've never done that once. We've always handled them. This is the first time simply because of the size of it. So I just want to make sure it doesn't come across as nickel and diming. And we've always handled all the repairs ourselves. This is that first moment of a boiler is a long-term, piece of equipment, a freight elevator that will potentially long outlast, even us maybe. And that I shouldn't say that. Well, I'm close to 40. The boiler will last another 40, 50 years. So hopefully I'm still around.
Okay, you can say it.
But so that it's only because of the size and the timing that this ask is being made. Otherwise, if it were, smaller, just know that we've been doing that for 15 years.
Is there any additional questions for the Bascoff contingent or for Stacy? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's a good beginning to a very big project.
Um,
And can I ask one other thing that you mentioned, and I walked in a little late, about the repair work that's being done. Is this in relation to the car that visited us unexpectedly one night?
Yes, the entrance, I believe it's the Water Street entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, we did,
Yep.
we did check with the city and,
Car gate roll through, that's what happened.
yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for the update. We appreciate it. Good luck as you move forward.
Thank you
all
very
very
much.
much.
I think we don't have no other issues for this.
No.
The motion to adjourn? Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
You need them?